Hey, what's up? This is Ben from WODprep, and in this video, I am gonna help you stop burning out and totally blowing up your WOD in the open workout. So if you're someone who's maybe done an open workout or really any workout and totally come out of the gate way too hot, or maybe come out of the gate way too slow and felt like your pacing was really bad, this video is gonna help fix that problem. Also, I want to mention that in the end of the video, if you happen to be someone who wants extra strategy, you want tips, you want someone to help you get your best score possible in the open workouts, stay tuned to the end of this video. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. WODprep is releasing something pretty awesome that's going to help you get customized feedback so that you can increase your open score and help you master all of the workouts this year that are programmed. So stay tuned to the end and I'll tell you all of the details. So the first and most important tip when it comes to not blowing up in the open workouts, making sure that your pacing is on point, the most important tip is that you need to put your adrenaline to the side. So a lot of times in the CrossFit Open, people will come to the Friday night lights that they host at their box. They come in, there's people cheering, there's like a crowd watching them. Maybe the lights are dim, there's loud rocky music playing in the background. And all of a sudden, the coach yells, 3, 2, 1, go. And what happens? You absolutely come out of the gate feeling like $1 million. You're like, I am going to somehow miraculously turn into Matt Frazier / Tia Toomey overnight. And it's just not gonna happen. So here's a classic example. Let's say your workout starts with something like double unders. The beat's bumping, music's loud, people are cheering you on, you have your friends, your family, they're there to see you crush this workout. You have your arch nemesis at the gym next to you in the heat. And 3, 2, 1, go. You come out of the gate and you automatically try to set a new personal best PR double under set. Or if you're on the row, you're rowing at a 130 pace for 500 meters. Or if you're on the pull-up bar, you miraculously knock out a set of 150 unbroken chest-to-bar pull-ups. You can't do that. You're letting adrenaline get the best of you. So the best athletes, the controlled athletes, if you watch the CrossFit Games athletes, they don't care about the hype. They don't care about the adrenaline. Instead, they come out, they have their composure, they pick up the rope, and they get started. At 3, 2, 1, go, they're not freaking out. They're not stretching themselves beyond their means because they feel that adrenaline. Instead, they have a plan, they stick to it, and ultimately, they don't let adrenaline get the best of them. So point number 2 that I want to make, this is crucial. This is almost just as important as point number 1, which is don't let adrenaline get the best of you. Point number 2 is always have a plan. Here at WODprep, that's kind of what we do. We help you come up with a plan. And again, if you want a customized plan, stay tuned to the end of this video, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But oftentimes people will come into a workout and they just do things by feel. Maybe that's how you do your workouts on a daily basis. That's totally fine, nothing wrong with that. But if you are looking to maximize your score, you need to stick with a plan. Oftentimes the athletes that go in with a written game plan, they have a coach who's telling them the game plan that they come up with, that's the athlete that's gonna succeed and get the best score possible. So something like the row machine, here I am sitting on the rower, this is a great example. It's gonna show up almost guaranteed in this year's open and whichever year you're watching this in. Right here on the screen when we're rowing for calories, it shows you how many calories per hour you're rowing. That's literally your pace. So if I start rowing and I come out with some pace that I know is way faster than my ability levels, maybe I'm feeling the adrenaline, I'm feeling really excited, and here I am in the 2,000 calorie per hour range, right? That's not sustainable. You might feel really good in the moment, again, because of that adrenaline, but unless you come up with a plan that says, hey, I am not going to exceed maybe 1,600 calories per hour and I won't drop below 1,400 calories per hour. If you force yourself to stick in those parameters, then you're gonna see a much better score and you'll be able to stay consistent throughout the workout rather than burning out. Next, another thing I wanna talk about, let's say there's a common movement combination like chest to bars and thrusters. We see those in almost every open. This is a hypothetical workout. 30, 20, 10, chest to bars and thrusters. A lot of people will come out, they'll hop on the bar, and they'll just go by feel. Maybe they'll start with a set of 17, and then maybe like a set of 8, and then whatever's left, and they're sporadic, they're all over the place. So then when it comes to that middle round, or maybe the end, they're wrecked, they're destroyed. They're just waiting for someone to tell them to stop moving. The person who can plan their sets and reps and knows exactly what they need to do throughout the entire workout, that's the person that's gonna get the best score. So for this, I would literally have a whiteboard or have a sheet of paper or have a coach yelling at you, telling you the exact reps that you need to do. So here, I'd maybe come up with a plan that's something like 12, 10, 8. So for the set of 30, maybe 12, 10, 8. And no matter how good I felt on that set of 12, and even if I wanted to go to 20 reps unbroken on that first set, I'm not going to, because I know when I stick to my plan, the one that I've written down, the one that I've planned beforehand, I'm gonna get a much better score. So I really encourage you, make sure to have something like this, have a whiteboard, have a sheet of paper, have something that literally you look at and say, that's how many reps I'm doing, and then you follow it to a T. If you can be disciplined enough to follow your rep schemes exactly the way they're written, that's gonna help a lot. Another important tip, if you watch some of our other videos, specifically the Rich Froning secret video, I'll also plan my rest. So for instance, let's say on the chest to bar pull-ups, especially in the beginning, this first set, it's gonna be really easy to do 12, come down, and then immediately hop back up to 10. Well, what might happen is you might get too hot. You might come out way too fast. So instead, I would say 12 reps and then force myself to take 3 deep breaths. So 12 reps, come down, 3 deep breaths, back on the bar. And if you can keep that exact same rest pacing throughout the entire workout, when you get to the end and you're like totally smoked and you want to rest for like 20 breaths, you won't do it because you're actually sticking to your game plan. So it works both ways, both in trying to prevent you from going too fast and to prevent you from going too slow. That's why it's really important to have a strategy and make sure that you write it down.
Sorry to interrupt this message, but I have a special announcement from my dog. Murphy would like to tell you that you need to hit the subscribe button down there. Thank you.
Point number 3, when it comes to making sure that you don't blow up in your CrossFit Open workouts, is don't be overconfident when you see a wheelhouse WOD. What I mean by wheelhouse, you know the feeling when you look at the whiteboard and you say, I am going to crush that workout. I can do all those movements. They're my favorite movements, and I know I'm going to be able to absolutely destroy everyone. Having that mindset is great, and it may or may not be true. Having that mindset is great, but too often I see athletes approach those workouts with too much gusto. Here's a prime example, 16.2/19.2, the workout that opened with toes to bar. I made this mistake back in 2016 when I was a young whippersnapper. I made this mistake. I saw 25 toes to bar, I saw a few rounds, and I'm like, no biggie. I can do 40 plus unbroken toes to bar, and that is documented. So all the people who call me out and say, no, you can't, I have done it before. Maybe not right now, but I have done it before. So I could do big sets of toes to bar, and I was like, oh my gosh, toes to bar, double unders, and cleans? This workout is my jam. This was built for me. I'm going to crush it. And I came out of the gate, and I was just, all confident. 3, 2, 1, go. And obviously, I was like looking at everyone. I'm like, these are easy for me. Yeah, these are really easy for me. And I just did all 25 unbroken. I saw Dan Bailey do it. I was like, I'm going to be great. And then the second and third rounds absolutely destroyed me. Hammered me into the ground. It was bad. I got a bad score and ended up redoing the workout because back then I was a bit of a head case. I wanted to get my best score possible. So when you see a wheelhouse workout, when you see a workout that you can crush, you should crush it, but you need to go in with a little bit of reservation. You have to make sure that you don't overdo it, especially early on in the workout. What I'd rather see is I'd rather see you pick up the pace towards the end. If you're truly smashing the workout, then show us at the end when you finish strong. Here's a prime example back in, I think it was last year, it was a chest to bar thruster combination, and myself personally, I forced myself to stick to the plan that I wrote out on my whiteboard. I stuck to the plan the whole time, and then towards the end of the workout, I said, hey, I'm feeling really good, I'm gonna go for it. I love thrusters, I love chest to bar pull-ups, so I ended up doing a lot more reps than I was planning to do, and I ended up getting a much better score than I was planning to get. So that's one way that you can approach a wheelhouse workout. Stay a little bit reserved in the beginning, get your bearings, get good and tired, and then when it's time to really step it up towards the end, put the pedal to the metal. But don't come out overconfident. Don't be the 2016.2 me. That was terrible, and I never want it to happen to you. All right, moving on to point number 4. We're going right into it. It's the same coin, just the opposite side. So we just talked about not being overconfident in your workouts, not coming out way too hot. Well, let's talk about the workouts that are what we might call suckfests. Workouts that are not in your wheelhouse, workouts where you look at it programmed and you're like, that's going to be my worst score this year. I'm doomed. I'm totally screwed. That will happen, and it's going to happen every year to almost everyone. But if it happens to you, one thing you have to remember is you can't go into the workout saying, this workout's terrible, I hate the way it's programmed, I might as well not even try, because all that's going to do is make it worse. Again, speaking from personal experience, back in 19.1, two movements I don't particularly like, rowing for calories and wall balls. I am not of tall stature. I'm not a super tall, long athlete that loves doing wall balls and rowing. And guess what? I came out with an attitude that was probably a little bit too lackadaisical. I didn't attack the workout, and it made me stick at a very, very slow pace, so I didn't get my best score possible. So moral of the story here, on the opposite side of the confidence coin, when you hate the workout, when you think it's just the worst workout ever, you still have to attack it, you still have to come out with a plan, and you still have to be confident in your abilities to get a great score. So make sure that you think about that even when you're going into a suck fest. And in the comments below, I haven't asked you to leave a comment yet in this video. In the comments below, let me know, what was the ultimate suck fest workout for you? Maybe you can pick a past open workout as an example. For me, 19.1 through and through, or back when Dave Castro programmed 7 minutes of burpees. I'm pretty sure 4 minutes in, I was just like, why am I doing this again? Why do I like this sport? So comment below, let me know, what is your ultimate suck fest workout? Point number 5. If I had to say the best in the world were good at one thing, it's this. And that's not pacing off of other people's strengths. So when you're doing the CrossFit Open workouts, especially if you're doing it with heats of athletes, maybe you're doing it with friends, which is great, you have to make sure that you do your workout, not their workout. So here's an example. Let's say I am in a workout where I'm doing push press. Maybe my push press is 200 pounds. And then this guy who I work out with, Jimmy, maybe his push press is 300 pounds. It's 21, 15, 9 of push press and some other movement, doesn't really matter. I pick up the bar. I have a plan, I have a written plan that says, I'm gonna do 7, 7, and 7 for round 1. So here I am. I knock them out. I'm trying not to smash my mics here, so don't judge my form. And I get to rep 6, and I come down, and then I do rep 7, and I look over, and I see Jimmy already on rep 10, and he's just going for 21 unbroken. I might be really tempted to say, I'm gonna keep going, and just try to knock them all out. That's not what you wanna do. You need to do your workout. So if you're someone that has a tendency to look at other people in the gym and use their strengths to make you work out differently, in this example it's push press, but it could be something like muscle ups, it could be double unders, it could be chest to bar pull-ups. Don't deviate from your plan, your written plan that you've already come up with. Don't deviate from that based on what other people are doing. If you look at people like Rich Froning, you look at Matt Frazier, yeah, sure, they might look around and see how people are doing, but they're not going to try to out deadlift someone who can fly through deadlifts. They're not going to try to outrun someone who's going to fly through the run. They do their workout every time, and they stick to their game plan, and that's what you need to do in their Shears Open. So remember, point number 5, do your workout. Don't work out and pace with other people. Now, one quick caveat there, if you have a training partner that you go head to head with every single day, and you guys both, or girls, have the same strengths and weaknesses, then and only then is it okay to potentially pace off of that person. But I would caution you, you might fall into trap number 1, where you see somebody who's full of adrenaline and then you try to keep up with them. We don't want that. We want you to stick with your plan. So you can pace off of someone that you go head to head with only if you have the same strengths and the same weaknesses. Otherwise, come up with your own plan and do your workout, not theirs. So earlier in this video, I told you that I was going to let you in on a little secret and tell you how you can get customized strategies for your workouts, video analysis, and individualized coaching to help you get your best open scores possible. Well, I have a present for you. If you are a master's athlete, that means 35 years of age or older, or if you're someone that's about to be a master's athlete, I am inviting you to join WODprep Plus. WODprep Plus is a community where the WOD Prep team is giving specialized attention to the master's community. So if you're a master's athlete that wants video analysis on how to finally get that first bar muscle up for the CrossFit Open, or if you're someone that says, hey, 20.3 is really driving me for a loop, I don't know how to pace this workout, I don't know how many reps and sets I should do on these pull-ups, you come into WODprep Plus, you post your question, and a member of the WOD Prep team is going to give you a detailed answer, and they're a professional. So oftentimes on social media, we find all kinds of nonsense and bad information and all kinds of just terrible advice. Well, WODprep Plus is going to be the resource for master's athletes to finally get that individualized attention that they deserve. So if you're interested, we have a special deal going on right now before the CrossFit Open, and you can join for lifetime access to a super discounted price. All you have to do is go click the link below. I've pinned it in the top of the comments for you, and I've also put it in the description. Just go find that link click it and it's going to take you to an information page that tells you all about all of the amazing things that you'll get inside of WOD Prep Plus. So again, if you're someone who finally wants coaches to pay attention to them, you finally want someone to give you individualized feedback on strategy, on technique, on movement improvements, then this is the place for you. Go click the link below and I will see you on the inside of WOD Prep Plus. And last but not least, if you like this video, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the bell, and make sure that you don't miss any more videos. We have lots of videos coming out during this open season and beyond. So if you don't want to miss any of those, make sure you hit those buttons or I might explode. You never know. It could happen. So I will see you in the next video after, of course, you've hit subscribe and the bell and you've gone to check out WOD Prep Plus.